You're paying more for every click on Google Ads and getting less return on every dollar. Here's what the data actually says and what to do about it. Cost per click increased across 87% of industries in 2026, according to WordStream and Foundry CRO's analysis of thousands of accounts. The cross-industry average CPC is now between $2.96 and $4.22, described by Terra HQ's 2026 benchmarks as the steepest annual increase since 2021. Conversion rates fell 9.28% across 13 of 14 industries tracked. Median cost per acquisition rose 12.35% to $23.74. ROAS declined 10% year-over-year. Optmyzr's study of 21,425 Google Ads accounts found something that explains all of this. The platform served 5.65 billion fewer impressions in Q1 2026 compared to Q1 2025. Less available inventory, more advertisers competing for it. The auction mechanics guarantee what happens next. Repeat Digital's June 2026 analysis of the CPC trend adds one more number. Advertisers who haven't recalibrated their Google Ads strategy in the last 12 months are likely overspending 15 to 25% per acquisition right now. This isn't a temporary blip. This is structural. And the response isn't to stop using Google Ads. It's to stop using Google Ads the same way you used them in 2024. Three forces are making Google Ads more expensive in 2026, and understanding each one tells you which part of the problem is actually within your control. Force 1. Google AI overviews are compressing organic traffic into paid inventory. AI overviews now appear for more than 20% of Google queries and capture a large share of clicks that previously went to organic results, reducing organic click volume by 8 to 12% across affected verticals. Businesses that can no longer rely on organic traffic to absorb top-of-funnel demand are shifting budget toward paid. More advertisers bidding on the same inventory at the same time produces exactly one outcome: higher prices. Force 2. Inventory is shrinking. Optmyzr documented this clearly. The same 21,000 accounts that saw 5.65 billion fewer impressions over 12 months also saw their impression costs rise. Fixed or declining supply meeting growing demand is not a Google-specific problem. It's an auction mechanic. You cannot solve it by bidding harder. Force 3. Smart bidding inflation. 78% of all Google Ads spend now runs through smart bidding or Performance Max. AI bidding systems optimize aggressively, which means they bid against each other more efficiently than human managers ever could, which systematically raises the auction floor. The same feature that reduces your cost per conversion relative to manual bidding simultaneously raises the minimum price everyone pays to compete. These three forces compound. AI overviews push more advertisers into the paid auction, inventory shrinks, and algorithmic bidding ensures the remaining inventory clears at a higher price. None of these forces are reversing in 2026. Here's the 2026 Google Ads paradox, and it's worth spending a moment on because it tells you exactly where the problem actually is. Click-through rates rose 7.49% year-over-year. Ads are generating more clicks per impression than they were in 2025. The creative and targeting systems have genuinely improved. But conversion rates fell 9.28% across 13 of 14 industries. The same ads generating more clicks are producing fewer conversions per click. The click problem is solved. The conversion problem isn't. Foundry CRO's 2026 benchmark report put it precisely. The ads evolved. The pages stayed static. You're paying more to send more qualified traffic to landing pages that convert at lower rates than they did a year ago. The math of that combination is the ROAS decline. Performance Max absorbs 34% of total Google Ads budgets and applies its own layer to this dynamic. PMax optimizes across all of Google's inventory simultaneously, which is powerful for accounts with sufficient conversion volume to train the algorithm correctly. For accounts generating fewer than 30 to 50 conversions per month, which describes most small business campaigns, the algorithm doesn't have enough signal to optimize effectively, and budget can be spent on placements and audiences that never convert. The practical implication: every dollar you spend on improving your landing page conversion rate multiplies across your entire ad spend. A 10% improvement in CVR is functionally equivalent to a 10% reduction in your effective CPC across every campaign. That's the highest leverage optimization available in 2026, and it costs nothing except the time to run the test. Let's get practical with the budget allocation question, because the right answer in 2024 and 2025 is not the right answer in 2026. The typical small business split a year ago, somewhere between 70 and 100% of the marketing budget in Google Ads. Everything else was secondary. That worked when Google CPC was lower, organic was absorbing top-of-funnel demand, and the competitive density in the auction was lower. Those conditions no longer exist. The 2026 allocation framework for a $500 monthly marketing budget looks different. 40% to Google Ads, $200. But specifically, brand keyword campaigns where you're defending existing search intent, high commercial intent long-tail keywords where purchase signals are clear, and retargeting campaigns to your existing first-party email list via customer match. Not broad match. Not Performance Max without the conversion volume to support it. 30% to Meta Advantage Plus, $150. Meta now surpasses Google in advertising revenue, according to eMarketer's April 2026 data. The average Meta CPC sits at $1.14, with a median 2.19 times ROAS across 35,000 brands. That's a cheaper channel for top-of-funnel discovery than Google Search in most categories. 20% as a ChatGPT ads test budget, $100. CPC currently running $3 to $5, with lower competitive density than mature platforms. This is an early mover opportunity with a closing window. 10% to email automation, $50, covering a GetResponse subscription. This replaces paid retargeting at 0 CPM per send. We'll come back to why this math is compelling. Same $500, 4 channels, more resilient blended return. The first shift in that allocation, moving a meaningful portion of budget to Meta Advantage Plus, is already happening at scale, and the data behind why is straightforward. Meta overtook Google in advertising revenue in 2026 for the first time in either company's history. According to eMarketer's April 2026 analysis, Meta generated $243.46 billion in ad revenue versus Google's $239.54 billion. That reversal didn't happen because advertisers picked Meta arbitrarily. It happened because budgets followed performance. The average CPC on Meta sits at $1.14, with a median ROAS of 2.19 times ROAS across more than 35,000 brands, according to Triple Whale's February 2026 analysis. Those are attractive unit economics compared to Google Search CPCs in most B2B and service categories. The strategic distinction worth maintaining. Google Search captures existing demand. Someone typing email marketing tool for small business has intent that already exists. They're looking for a solution right now. Meta creates new demand. Someone scrolling through Instagram didn't come there to buy email software, but Meta Advantage Plus places your ad in front of the profile most likely to become interested. These are different roles in the funnel, not competing alternatives. For a small business with a limited budget facing rising Google CPCs, the question is, how much of the budget should defend existing intent versus create new demand? In 2024, defending existing intent through Google was relatively cheap. In 2026, it's more expensive, and the case for shifting more budget toward demand creation strengthens as a result. The second budget shift, allocating a test portion to ChatGPT ads, is based on a pattern that has appeared 3 times in digital advertising history and is appearing a 4th time right now. Facebook ads in 2012, Google Shopping in 2013, TikTok ads in 2019. Each time a major platform opened advertising to self-serve advertisers, there was a window, typically 6 to 18 months, where the auction was relatively uncrowded. CPCs were at their lifetime lows, and the businesses that learned the format early locked in advantages that compounded as the market matured. ChatGPT opened self-serve advertising in May 2026 at zero minimum spend. CPC is currently running $3 to $5, with CPM between $25 and $60 and falling as more inventory becomes available. The targeting is context-based rather than keyword or demographic, which means strong, specific context hints outperform large budgets with vague targeting in the current auction. Microsoft Copilot is the only comparable LLM ad platform with mature enough data to benchmark against. Their reported results: 69% higher click-through rate and 76% higher conversion rate on lower funnel ad types compared to traditional Bing search ads. $100 per month is a learning budget, not a performance budget. The goal in month 1 is understanding the mechanics and gathering conversion data, not achieving positive ROAS. The businesses that invest $100 learning ChatGPT ads in July 2026 will have platform knowledge their competitors are still acquiring in early 2027. When CPCs will almost certainly be higher. The third shift, replacing a portion of paid retargeting with email retargeting, is the one with the clearest math. And it's the shift most small businesses with existing email lists consistently underutilize. Paid retargeting works by showing ads to people who visited your site and didn't convert. The CPM for those ads sits at $6 to $15 on most platforms. For every 1,000 people you retarget, you're paying $6 to $15 to show them an ad that may or may not be seen, may or may not be relevant to where they are in the buying process, and competes with every other ad in their feed. Email retargeting works by triggering a personalized email sequence when someone performs a specific behavior, visits your pricing page, adds to cart without purchasing, reads a specific piece of content. The CPM is effectively zero. You're paying a fixed platform subscription, not a per-impression cost. A GetResponse subscription at $49 per month covers the email infrastructure for as many behavioral trigger emails as your list activity generates. The performance differential is stark. Email delivers between $36 and $42 in return for every $1 spent, according to Litmus and DMA research. Businesses using automated behavioral follow-up see 77% higher conversion rates than those using manual or no follow-up. The first email within 1 hour of a triggering behavior increases conversion by 20%. The practical implementation. Build behavioral automations for your highest intent signals: pricing page visit, content download, cart abandonment. Connect your email list to Google Ads and Meta as customer match audiences for supplementary paid retargeting at higher relevance scores. Use email as your primary retargeting channel. Use paid as the supplementary layer for the portion of your list that email doesn't reach. This is not a video about abandoning Google Ads. Google Ads still works. It works better for some business types than anything else available. The businesses winning on it in 2026 have adapted their approach, and the adaptations are specific enough to implement this week. First, run a quality score audit. Quality score 8 through 10 accounts pay 37% less per click than the median. That's the single largest CPC lever available that doesn't require budget increase. Pull your keyword-level quality score report, identify the high-spend terms with scores below 7, and prioritize landing page improvements for those terms. The ROI on that work compounds across every click on those keywords for as long as the campaign runs. Second, review your match type distribution. Smart bidding plus broad match gives Google significant latitude over which searches trigger your ads. Pull your search terms report and look at the last 30 days. How many of the terms that triggered spend are genuinely relevant to your product? Aggressive negative keyword expansion from this report typically reduces wasted spend by 15 to 30% without touching bids or budgets. Third, separate brand from non-brand campaigns if you haven't. Brand terms convert at higher rates and lower CPCs than non-brand terms. Mixing them masks the true performance of each. Your brand campaign protects existing intent cheaply. Your non-brand campaign acquires new demand expensively. They should be evaluated and budgeted separately. Fourth, fix the landing page before increasing the budget. CTR up 7.5%, but CVR down 9% means the problem is after the click. A CRO audit, heat map, form length, page speed, confirmation clarity takes one afternoon, and its effect multiplies across every ad you run. 3 things. These are the ones that should change what you do with your ad budget this week. Number 1. Rising CPCs are structural, not cyclical. AI overviews compressing organic traffic into paid inventory. Smart bidding inflation. 11% fewer impressions year over year. These forces compound, and none of them are reversing. Advertisers who haven't recalibrated in 12 months are overspending 15 to 25% per acquisition right now. Number 2. The problem is the landing page, not the ad. CTR rose 7.49%, while CVR fell 9.28% across 13 of 14 industries. Ads got better at generating clicks. Pages didn't get better at converting them. Every conversion rate improvement multiplies across your entire ad spend. Fix the page before you increase the budget. Number 3. Diversify before it becomes urgent. 40% Google, 30% Meta Advantage Plus, 20% ChatGPT test, 10% email automation is the 2026 framework for a $500 budget. Email retargeting at 0 CPM replaces paid retargeting at rising CPM. ChatGPT ads early mover window won't stay this cheap. Start the test with $100 this month. Google Ads still works. The businesses winning in 2026 adapted 12 months ago. Start adapting now. 2 practical steps this week. For the Google Ads optimization layer, SEMrush's site audit and keyword tools let you see what your competitors are paying for the same keywords and where the less contested gaps are in your niche. Before you increase bids, check whether there's a cheaper adjacent keyword strategy that generates the same intent at lower CPC. Link in the description. For the email retargeting replacement, GetResponse handles email capture, behavioral automation sequences, customer match audience uploads to Google and Meta, and AI send time optimization. Everything you need to replace paid retargeting with 0 CPM email retargeting for $49 a month. The behavioral trigger setup takes one afternoon. Once it's running, it runs automatically for every future lead. 30-day free trial. Link in the description. The free actions this week. Pull your search terms report and spend 30 minutes adding negative keywords to your highest spend campaigns. Run Google PageSpeed Insights on your main landing page. Check if Performance Max campaigns are generating enough monthly conversions to let the algorithm optimize. If you're under 30 per month, consider shifting budget to standard search with manual CPC or target CPA with realistic targets. The ad spend you're already committing is more valuable if you protect what follows the click. Start there. This video is for educational purposes only. Google Ads performance varies significantly by industry, account maturity, geographic market, and campaign structure. This is not professional advertising or financial advice. Some links are affiliate links. Statistics sourced from WordStream 2026, Foundry CRO 2026, Optmyzr Q1 2026 benchmark report, Terra HQ 2026, Repeat Digital June 2026, Digital Applied 2026, BizIQ 2026, and eMarketer April 2026.